Click Create a Design and Instagram Post Video. You're going to change your duration from 5 seconds to something like 1 second. You can play around and find the best effect for your animation. You need a background. You could do a solid color or a gradient. You could search for backgrounds. I'm going to go with a solid color, and then I'm going to add a pattern to it. Once I've picked my pattern, I'm going to adjust the sizing of it as well as the color. I'm going to look for elements, and the elements I choose are not going to be animated. They should not move. It should be a static, still image. Here I've got a cat. And it's easy to leave things in the middle of our frame, and that's pretty typical composition. So I'm going to pull mine off to the side, and I'm also going to tilt it to look the way I want it to look. I'm going to look for something like some text that says "You matter." Remember that I can either search for a graphic element that already says this, or I can customize my own text and design it myself. In this case, I'm going to use an element, and then I'm also going to adjust the colors so that they match the color scheme I already have going. To create the illusion of movement, I am going to tilt my text a little bit, which you do by clicking on the element and then 2 arrows making a circle. At the bottom, I'm going to duplicate the frame by clicking the 3 dots and clicking Duplicate Page. Now I have 2 frames. In the second frame, I've got to change something. So I'm going to start by changing the position of the text. I rotated it again. Now I'm going to play around with colors and try and find a color to change in the second frame. I'm also going to add some more hearts because I'm hoping to create an effective movement with the hearts. Again, you shouldn't be using animated elements. All the elements you're using should already be still on the page because you are creating the animated movement. Here, I'm going to grab those hearts. I'm also going to change the color, and I'm going to put a few of them around the composition to kind of visually balance it. To preview my work so far, I click the play button down at the bottom, and I see my 2-second animation. I decide that I want to add 1 more frame to get an A, so I'm going to duplicate that first frame again, and I'm going to rearrange them so it goes frame 1, frame 2, and then frame 1 again. But on frame 1, I'm going to put in elements from frame 1 and 2. So I'm going to go back to the original color, but I'm also going to get the hearts from frame 2 and put those back on frame 3. And then I'm going to move those up kind of to try and make a little bit of a floating effect. You can't do a lot in 2 or 3 frames, but you're going to probably be able to impress yourself with what you are able to do. To preview my work, I'm going to press play down at the bottom again, and now I can see my 3-frame animation. When I've adjusted my animation to my satisfaction, I'm going to go to Share, then Download, and I'm going to make sure I have all my frames selected. And I'm going to change my download type to a GIF, G-I-F. I click Download, and the file is going to generate and go to the downloads on my computer. Back in Steam, I'm going to find the 2-frame animation discussion. I'm going to click the File button, find my downloaded GIF, upload it, and remember it won't post without adding some text. So I'll add some text, click Post, and now I have completed the assignment and my animation is visible for all to see.